has got a receipt coming. Aaron Biggs has got a receipt coming. That's for damn sure. Richards has gone soft. And I'm telling you, if he comes out of this thing, what? Slow your roll up. Slow your roll, yeah.
Go ahead and say it again. Yeah. Say it again. Huh? Say it again. I'm what?
Are you sure you want to do this? You sure you want to do this, Nick? I know you don't give a damn about nobody out here. I know you don't, Nick. Look at me when I'm talking to you, Nick. I know you.
Control of this thing. Oh, and the two men who left an issue very much unsettled at Battlecade are in the center of the ring. The two biggest hosses in this ring. Absolutely, maybe the two biggest hosses in the Mid-Atlantic, bar none, are duking it out in center ring. Welcome to CWF Worldwide. The Dawson brothers and Aric Andrews hijacking the ring here before we went on the air. But we have got six-man tag team action in the ring right now. Aric Andrews, Zane Dawson, and Dave Dawson, a trio that formerly would have represented a group called The Riot, against Aaron Biggs, Evan Banks, and Nick Richards. Cecil Scott, so much history between everyone in this matchup.
Yeah, a lot of stories here. And Zane Dawson, we heard him before the match. He called out Ric Converse as we expected.
He said Converse had a receipt coming for Battlecade. He said Biggs had a receipt coming for Battlecade. And he said that Richards had gone soft. Richards, a former member of the Riot. Boy.
Oh, Biggs caught it. Look at this strength.
Oh, he just crushed him. Oh, he just crushed him.
And interestingly enough, this is the first time we've heard Zane Dawson address the Riot situation or the Nick Richards situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Cover. Shoulders are down. That's a lot of weight on those shoulders, but it only got two. Zane Dawson, up until Battlecade, was preoccupied with the PWI Championship. Dawson, for nearly 2 years, was the kingpin of our parent organization, our governing body, the entire Pro Wrestling International organization. He lost that championship to Ric Converse at Battlecade. He says Converse has got a receipt coming. Uh-oh, heads up. Oh, he can't move him. He's too big. Oh, he's gonna move Banks. Oh, there it is.
Banks, you know who he's looking for in this match. It's no secret.
Absolutely. Cover. The former Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions, the Killbillies. Aric Andrews and Evan Banks. Another situation at our anniversary Supercard Battlecade that was very much left up in the air. Andrews won the contest, but he won it on a referee stoppage. A lot of ringside spectators and a lot of people who later viewed the match online, Cecil Scott, said it was a bad stoppage. Said the referee, Banks may have not been responsive for a moment or two, but a lot of people, Cecil Scott, say it was a bad stoppage on the part of referee Eric Foster.
Yeah, it's a hindsight is 2020 kind of thing. If you're referee Foster, who's an experienced, traveled referee, if the guy doesn't answer you, it doesn't matter how long he's out. He didn't answer you.
Did not answer the referee's command. Cross body from Banks.
So looking back at it on tape, you can say, oh, he was out for 20 seconds, but in the referee's mind, he's just thinking, hey, he didn't respond.
Right, that's 20 seconds that the man could not defend himself. Nick Richards in legally for the first time, and man, this crowd at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium has rallied behind Richards in a way that I have never seen before. This young man has at various points in his career been among the most hated and among the most popular. And some of the things that this young man went through in the past year and a half, quite frankly, I never thought that the fates would swing the other way and he would be back to being cheered by the 250 that have jam-packed the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium here. 2 sellouts in a row at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium.
Hey, let's keep it going. Let's have 30.
Absolutely. The first of about 32 live events at least that are going to be scheduled here in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium as Aric Andrews tags in for the first time. Cover. Some, back when he was a Killbilly, felt like he was the most underrated wrestler on the roster. Former state champion amateur wrestler in the Commonwealth of Virginia. He's done away with all that and has become nothing more than a scuffling fighter. And look at Banks trying to get shots in on Andrews. Banks wants in the worst possible way.
And he's somebody I'm very interested to see what direction he goes in post-Riot here. I mean, we kind of know where Nick is going. We know where the Dawsons, they're always going to be the Dawsons. Man, look at the strength again. But Andrews was so intertwined with teaming with the Riot, with Lee Valiant. He might be a man without a country before you know it. Yeah,
he was the one. Cover. Anytime Aaron Biggs covers a man, you got to bear in mind that's 400 pounds on the chest.
Brother, who are you telling?
You got to push that 400 pounds off. Andrews was so entwined with the Riot, like you said, he was Lee Valiant's right-hand man. Killbillies are in. Whoa, Aric Andrews bails out on Banks. I have never seen Andrews move that fast.
I think he's more afraid of Banks than he is the big man Aaron Biggs.
You know, it might be a situation where Andrews feels like that Battlecade match, you know, maybe he feels like he can't beat this guy.
Maybe he thinks that knockout was a fluke.
Right. Test of strength. The dirty, dangerous Dawson boys will hurt you for fun.
Yeah, you're not going to win a test of strength against a Dawson brother, one way or the other.
Look at him! Look at him!
Oh, he's still talking trash to Richards.
Yeah, you don't want to jaw jack with a country boy like Evan Banks in there.
Banks takes him down and Richards tags in and just stomps away at Dawson. This will be the first interaction between the two of them. Oh, crushed him on the face.
The Edward Carpentier flip splash.
When Jason Miller broke his neck back about 14 months ago, it was Zane Dawson who Richards selected as his replacement partner, his substitute partner. That act at Battlecade 15 over a year ago is really what set the Riot into motion.
It really was.
Richards and Dawson as a duo, they had two great matches against the Aftermath, came up short both times, but that partnership is what set the group that would come to be known as the Riot into motion.
Right, a lot of times partnerships born out of failure. Unfortunately, you're just kind of doomed to fail in the first place because you're not really getting together for the right reasons, I guess.
Richards got to fight his way out.
Man, land these shots in on Dawson. You got to with this big man. Too much size, though. Oh, he grabbed him by the eyes, by the eyelids.
That's nasty.
Oh, what a nasty human.
Oh, boy, Kane Justice has got a lot of beef to hold back. He can't do it. Biggs is too big. Kane Justice can't hold that man back.
And once he gets angry, he is just an unstoppable monster when he's mad.
Referee Kane Justice asserting his authority, and he is trying to back these two. This is a perfect textbook case of Zane Dawson manipulating the official. Zane Dawson manipulating his opponents.
Yeah, I mean, he's more than a big bruiser. He is a smart guy in there. But he can't wrestle for as long as he has and not know all the tricks. Now, one thing of interest, we talked about this at Battlecade with both brothers. What'll happen when the heat gets on in that kitchen? Are they going to take a powder again?
That's true. That's a very good point. The Dawsons have been known to cut their losses and run.
Right. Sometimes, you know, discretion a better part of valor, I guess. Will they? I don't know. It's curious to see will they back up their thoughts of Richards being soft.
We saw that back at Battlecade when it was Dave Dawson who walked away from Aaron Biggs.
Right, and we saw, you know, weeks past with Zane doing the same thing. Jawbreaker, he's got to get a tag to one of these big men in that corner.
Richards has got to get free. I don't know how smart a move that was. Not very.
Oh, God.
Oh, planted him. Face and sternum first.
It was like an inside-out Samoan drop.
That's exactly what it was. These Dawson boys are vicious and mean and nasty.
And they seem at times impervious to pain. Now, I can tell you this, just observation-wise, Richards is not soft.
No.
You don't endure what he went through the last few months, emotionally and physically, and be a soft person. And again, they are goading this inexperienced young referee, Kane Justice.
They really are.
I mean, we try to employ the finest officials. He's a good official, but he is inexperienced. Man, listen, Aaron Biggs trying to wheel Nick up here.
Richards is down in the corner. He's got to put something together. Oh, great thinking on the part of Richards. He knows he's got to fight his way out of that corner. And he does. Evan Banks is legal. Woo, hook kick.
Well, watch out, Andrews from behind.
Oh, sends him to the floor.
Now he'll take a shot at Banks.
Oh. If I was going to run from anybody on that team, I swear to God, I'd run from Biggs. I get that they have history, but brother, I would run from Biggs.
In a heartbeat.
Oh my God! He caught the crossbody, put him down!
Yeah, put him down and look at Dave. He's getting the hell out of there.
I think he was gonna try to run him all the way out of the ring, but just too much beef in the ring. We got, what is it, a 5-way fight on the floor?
Yeah, it's 300 some odd pounds he's trying to lift.
Richards has created distance.
Whoa!
Over the back of Aaron Biggs onto the pile of bodies.
Jumped over his old partner.
And everyone down but Biggs. Zane Dawson got a hold of Richards. These two, every time they touch, it's more violence.
It is. Richards, I think, is a little incensed at the accusations. And Dawson, I think, really wants to prove his point here.
Dawson begging off from Evan Banks. Oh, Andrews again at his ankles.
Oh, right across the back.
Huge splash. Cover, cover, 2, no. He survives.
Man, what a grueling fight this thing has been.
Country strong, country tough is Evan Banks, and Bobby O'Neill on the outside. Not as vocal as we've seen. He's trying to egg his man on, trying to encourage his man, but Bobby, it's a different Bobby O'Neill. He's not talking to the crowd. He's not talking to the fans. He is focused on the match. He is focused on Evan Banks. It certainly seems like in all these vicious matches that we have seen in the past few months, the idea of surviving and being durable and withholding and surviving these fights has really sank in with Banks, and now Aric Andrews wants to tag in.
Right, Banks, he's more serious than he's ever been, and he kind of has to be, especially when you're dealing with these guys in the riot. And Andrews, he wanted no part of Evan Banks when he was upright, but now that he's down, he is more than willing.
Yes, he is. Andrews.
Oh, and a big vertical splash.
Cover 2. And man, what a horrible way to start 2016 for Evan Banks if Andrews were to defeat him again.
And we're all very fortunate he was medically cleared, no sign of a concussion after Battlecade.
Yeah, absolutely. He was knocked out when his head hit the ring post. Referee Eric Foster has asserted to that several times. A lot of people say, oh, big drop kick from Dave Dawson, cover 2. A lot of people say it was a bad stop. Maybe it wasn't, but the health and the well-being of the guys, no matter how personal an issue is, the health and the well-being of the wrestlers has got to be the #1 concern. It's got to take precedent over anything else. Maybe it was a bad stoppage, maybe it wasn't, but thankfully Evan Banks lives on to fight another day. And listen to this crowd rally behind him.
Another sellout, 250 plus. I'd say close to 300.
Now jammed into the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, and Dave Dawson is firmly in control of this match.
Now, when I was an active competitor, I would have agreed with the assertion that, yeah, maybe it was a bad stoppage because no wrestler wants to have their match stopped.
Especially not at Battlecade, not the biggest night of the year.
Not at Battlecade, but now that I'm kind of on the outside looking in, I kind of have to side with the official on those things. Especially since I retired due to injury.
Oh, heads up. Oh!
Big backbreaker.
Crushing Banks, shoulder up. Everything that the Dawsons and Andrews have thrown their way, Evan Banks, Nick Richards, and Aaron Biggs have withstood. They have held on. They have proven their durability and their toughness here.
And this thing really did settle down, and they managed to isolate a member of this team.
Dawsons have teamed together longer than anybody else in the match, including the Killbillies when they were together.
Oh my God, what a double team. Shook the ring.
Aaron Biggs not going to allow it. A little bit of CWF trivia. The very first CWF pay-per-view, the 2012 Rumble, it was the Killbillies defending the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team titles against the Dawson brothers. So all these men know each other very well. The Dawsons have done battle with Aaron Biggs and Chris Lee. We talked about Zane Dawson and Nick Richards being partners in the past. Richards and Aric Andrews were partners in the Riot for several months. So much history between all these men. They know each other so well. They've got each other's moves. They know what to expect. But who's going to be the most durable? Who's going to be able to withstand all this punishment from their opponents?
That's what it's going to come down to when you have so much familiarity. 5 minutes reign, but it comes down to who can land the last shot and who can take the last shot.
That's a great way of putting it. Absolutely it does. And Andrews is legal on Banks. Oh, hold on! Banks!
Oh, twisting suplex!
Dropped him on his head and neck. Now does Banks go for the tag, or does he stay in there with the man whose rear end he's looking to kick? Both men are down.
Referee up to 5.
Goodness gracious. Count is at 6.
Man, look at how slow he's moving.
He's going to go for the tag. Oh, Dawsons will not let him have it. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, this thing is breaking down. Yes. Zane Dawson creates distance. Oh, Richards creates distance of his own. Referee King Justice has lost control.
Richards going to fly with the suicide dive.
All the way with all his body weight across the ring onto Zane Dawson. Good Lord, and now it is the two Killbillies, the two-time former Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions that are in the ring. Andrews is looking to wrap Banks up as there's 2 fights on 2 separate sides of the building.
Nice clothesline. Neither man made the tag. They are still legal. And Bobby O'Neill telling him this is your chance. Get payback.
Well, the eyes of Evan Banks are focused on his former tag team partner. Banks calls him his former brother.
We're not just talking about payback for Battlecade. Payback for a year of ducking and hiding.
Charges into the buckle. Boom! Got him.
Oh my God, there's blood in his eyes.
Evan Banks may look for the spear. Oh! The most dangerous lariat in wrestling just took his head off. Those are the legal men. Damn it!
Dawson was the difference maker in this one.
Banks should have made the tag when he got free. Good Lord, this place is not happy about it at all. But with the most dangerous lariat in wrestling, through no action of his own, Andrews has pinned Banks again.
Aric Andrews, Dave Dawson, Zane Dawson.